Hello everyone, I Jhalak Patel, Assistant Professor at LG Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Electronics and Communication, welcomes you to the session of Power Electronics. Today I am going to discuss about Unit 2, that is Control Rectifiers, with topic Semiconverter. So let's start the session. First of all, in the last session we have discussed about the half-wave control rectifier and its example. In half-wave control rectifier, we have discussed that half-wave rectifier operates in only either positive cycle or it has the output 0. So because of that type of operation of half-wave control rectifier, it operates only in first quarter. Now let's talk about the semi-converter. Semi-converter is one type of full wave converter with bridge configuration. There is also one other configuration, that is a center tap configuration with full wave converter, but here we discuss semi-converter with bridge configuration. So now let's see how it looks like. So this is a circuit diagram of semi-converter. Here you can see that the AC mains is connected with the SCR1 and then with SCR2, and two diodes are connected named as D1 and D2 with their load is connected with it. Here the load can be either purely resistive or inductive type of load can be considered. Now when this load is resistive or when it can be an inductive load, that we discuss later on. So this type of configuration is called symmetric configuration. Here you can see that if at a time SCR1 and diode 1 will operate this cycle, if SCR1 and diode 1 operate in one cycle and at the other time SCR2 and diode will be operated. So if this happens, then the configuration is called as symmetric configuration. There is also one another configuration which is called as asymmetric configuration. Here you can see that SCR1 is connected with the parallelly with diode 2 and SCR2 is connected parallelly with diode 1. So what happens in this type of configuration is, in this type of asymmetric configuration, at a time either two diodes will operate or either SCR1 and SCR2 will be operated. So because of this type of configuration, at a time like SCR1 and SCR2 operate in one cycle and in the other cycle diode 1 and diode 2 will be operated. So in asymmetric configuration there is only either SCRs are connected or either only diodes are connected, while in symmetric configuration both should be taken place, SCR1 and diode, and in another cycle again SCR2 and diode 2. Here again, if we talk about the load connected with the circuit, then load can be either purely resistive or resistive part with some inductive component. So it, because of if inductive component is connected, then the freewheeling action will taken place, that we discuss. So these are the basic two configuration of semi-converter: symmetric configuration and asymmetric configuration. Here freewheeling action will be taken place only when the load connected with the circuit is inductive, then freewheeling action will take place. We already discussed about the freewheeling power diode in chapter number 1. In that case what happens is, due to freewheeling action of power diode, it has a very short switching time. Now what is the meaning of very short switching time? Means it can easily transit from one state to another state, or it can easily switch from one state to another state, and because of this freewheeling action the diode easily freewheel with its load connection, and it is only possible with inductive load. And because of that, what is the advantages? The switching time will be around from nanosecond or in the range of microsecond, means very small switching time can be measured with this type of configuration. Next is symmetric configuration. as we discussed earlier that in case of symmetric configuration, SCR and diode will operate, and because of this SCR and diode operation there will be 4 possible modes in operation. These are the different modes of operation in case of symmetric configuration. So here you can see that if we talk about the first mode of operation, then what happen is, again we discuss the figure. Here you can see that in mode 1 S1 and diode 1 will operate. Now keep this table in the mind and we draw the waveform with the help of this table. But before discussing about waveform, first let's revise the circuit diagram so that we can get the better idea of this table. So in mode 1, first of all we talk about only mode 1. So in mode 1 what happen is, conducting device is S1 and D1. Now if you see this figure, in the first half cycle conducting device is S1 and D1. Means if we talk about the range of one cycle, then in that range SCR1 and diode 1 will be operated, and the load voltage and load current is positive if SCR1 and diode 1 will operate. So it looks like this. S1 and D1 will operate, and because of that load voltage and load current is positive. Now how this circuit looks like, that we see in the next slide, that how it operates in S1 D1 and what is the equivalent circuit of that particular mode 1. Now if we talk about the mode 2, then what happen in mode 2 is S2 and D2 will be operated. Means SCR2 and diode 2 will be operated, and at that case the load voltage is 0 and load current is positive. In all the cases if you see that load current is positive, this load current is positive because of that freewheeling action, that diode is connected and the load is inductive. So in all the cases the load current is positive. There is also one another reason to this load current to be positive is SCR is connected, and if you remember the unit number 1, then gate current of SCR, silicon control rectifier, is positive. It is not negative. That's why here again the load current across the connected load is always positive. Now if we talk about the load voltage, then if again S2 and D2 will be operated, then again if you see this diagram, here S2 and D2 will be operated in the next cycle. So if S2, SCR2 and diode 2 will be operated, then because of it the load voltage is 0 and diode acts as a freewheeling diode. So if S2 and D2 is operated, so load is inductive and equivalent circuit is like with the inductive load connected across the SCR2 and diode 2. So this is mode 2 operation. Now if we talk about again mode 3, then again S2 and D2 will be operated, and in that case both the voltage and current is positive and power flow is from the source side to load side, means from Vs to whatever the load connected across it. So this is the direction of power flow in third mode. Now in the fourth case is almost similar to first case, where S2 and D1 will operated, and in case of S2 and D1 operation again load current is positive because SCR is operated and SCR has positive value of gate current, and because of that load current through the device is positive. Here again load voltage becomes 0 because S2 and diode 1. Here due to this SCR2 this load voltage will becomes the 0, and because of the load connected is inductive type, and due to that the freewheeling action will take place and the switching time will reduces from mode 3 to mode 4. Means if you operate in mode 1 or mode 3, the switching time or means turn on or turn off time of that equivalent circuit is comparatively larger then if it operate in mode 2 and mode 4, because in mode 2 and mode 4 freewheeling action is taken place, and if freewheeling action is taken place, then the switching time is very less in case of that particular mode. Next is about waveforms. Now by discussing the table, we draw the waveforms of that particular circuit. So it looks like this. If you remember the table, then S2 and D1 will operate in the first stage. Here, what is the range of that first stage is from 0 to firing angle. Then after that S1 and D1 will operate. Now what is the range of that S1 and D1? So S1 and D1 will operate into that alpha to pi range. Okay. Then in mode 2, S1 and D2 will operate. Its range is from pi to pi plus alpha. Here alpha is called as firing angle or delay angle. This alpha is present due to SCR connection. Then in the next cycle, where S2 and D2 will be operated, at that time the range is from pi plus alpha to 2 pi, and in the last cycle the range is from 2 pi to 2 pi plus alpha. So now according to this waveform, if you see the equivalent circuit, then it looks like this. Here in case of first mode, S1 and D1 will operate. So if you remember this table, then in this table you can see that in mode 1, S1 and D1 will be operated, and load voltage is positive, load current is positive, and power flow is from source to load. So now what happen is, first when S1 and D1 will operate, the circuit diagram is like this. Here you can see this S1 and D1 work as a closed switch, and if you see the direction of that flow, current flow, then it will be like from this to this direction, from left hand side to right hand direction. This means its current flow is from source to load connection. Okay, so that's why the load current is positive, load voltage is positive, and the flow of power is from source to load. So this is the first mode equivalent circuit, and if you see the waveform, it will be like general SCR or power diode waveform like this. Now if we talk about the mode 2, then mode 2 is when S1 and D2 will operate. So it looks like this. Here you can see that the freewheeling action can take place and circuit is closed circuit. Here load is connected, so equivalent voltage will drop through here in this path. In case of mode 3, the equivalent circuit looks like this. S2 and D1 will operate, and current, please mention this current direction as well as voltage waveform. So if this is the operation of the symmetric circuit connection for semi-converter, we can also discuss the same part with asymmetric connection in the next session. Now first let's see some analysis point of this semi-converter circuit. Before discussing that, now let's discuss about the role of freewheeling for this circuit. So self-induced voltage is biased because of freewheeling. SCR and diode is turned off. If you see the last slide, then you can say that SCR and diode is turned off in case of freewheeling action, means in case of mode 2 and mode 4, that particular silicon control rectifier and that diode will turn off. Load is short circuited in mode 2 and mode 4. Voltage will be 0. If you remember the table, the voltage, load voltage is 0 in that mode 2 and mode 4, and in energy is stored because of positive current flowing through it. And after the freewheeling action, SCR2 will be turned on, and again the whole cycle will repeat. So this is the role of freewheeling diode. In case of analysis of semi-converter, first we discuss about the average load voltage. This is the same average load voltage that we already discussed in the half wave control rectifier. Here its waveform is like this, from alpha to pi and pi plus alpha to 2 pi. So this is the equivalent waveform of that semi-converter device. So in case of average load voltage, it is given by VLDC is equal to 1 upon pi, operation is from alpha to pi, Vm sin omega t. Here V, in place of V we write Vm sin omega t d omega t. If we integrate this, then Vm upon pi is as it is, sin omega t, integration of sin omega t becomes the cos omega t minus cos omega t. That's why over here minus sign is there and range is from alpha to pi. So minus Vm upon pi cos pi minus cos alpha. So it looks like this, cos pi minus cos alpha minus Vm upon pi. Cos pi is minus 1. So the equivalent VLDC equation is Vm upon pi into 1 plus cos alpha. So this is the average load voltage of semi-converter. Okay, so in the next lecture we will discuss about the other analysis terms of semi-converter, like RMS, root means square value of load voltage, then about the normalized voltage, form factor and ripple factor of that. Here again the form factor and ripple factor is related with the quality of the waveforms. So according to our performance we can reduce it to level 1 or we can increase it. So in the next analysis will be seen in the next lecture. Thank you for watching.